Greetings.
With the meetings, another brew.
Yeah,
Cheers.
Razzles.
Yeah.
Ching ching. Right.
Jacking on brews. Hydration.
Yeah.
Right, so we're on episode 9.
9.
Um,
A good German number.
today we're here with a fellow lion of ours, Billy Mahaffey. He's kindly invited us over to his gaff to have a little chat with him and share a few things. So without further ado, I'll hand you over to the man himself, Billy.
You okay? Just a little introduction. Name's Billy Mahaffey, served 1 Lancs of 1st Battalion Duke of Lancaster Regiment. Just going to start at the beginning, join the army to try and make things better. Ended up worse. It's time to go through everything, get it out there.
Aye, and for people who don't, people who don't know you and what your journey's been about,
Sure.
you've got something special.
Yeah.
Montage.
Right.
Montage. There we have it.
Happy with that?
Yeah, of course. It looks good, doesn't it? Yeah.
I like it.
It does.
It makes me feel like I want to go
Yeah.
do something.
Yeah, you want to go swimming and cycling.
And this is the second episode on a bounce where I feel knackered just sitting next to you. Like, it just makes you feel tired, doesn't it?
Oh, mate.
Old and tired.
I've been drained myself, honest to God. This morning, I felt it this morning. Honestly, it took me to about 1:30. To like, I think I got in at 10:30 last night on 2 15-hour sessions, and then just on Saturday on the weekend before I went out, my body was shaking. I just had a really tough week.
So 15-hour sessions, what you do?
No, I've done 2 15-hour shifts at work.
Oh right, sorry.
But I've been training 15, 17 hours a week. And then on Saturday, towards the end of the week, my body was just like, was shaking. I had to sit down in there.
You need to rest.
Yeah, you do. Well, I have active rest.
Active rest.
You haven't got a chance for dogs, has it? It's just
Yeah.
wake up one day like, ah.
What you do, you hit walls, man.
So you hit training for Ironman,
Yeah.
which is what? For us fatties that don't get it.
Okay, it's 140.6 miles. So it's 2.4 miles swim, 112 points mile bike ride, and then a marathon run at the end, all in one go. So,
Well,
yeah.
I used to work with a guy at primary school, and he'd done a triathlon and that, and he said his take on it was it wasn't the, well obviously there are the bits, but he said it was the transition
In the area,
that was the hardest thing for him.
yeah.
So you've been swimming for so long and then you've got to run, because it's different
But
muscles.
it's the different muscles and it's on the bike really. Once you get off the bike, your feet have not touched the floor for 112 miles.
Yeah.
And then
Wow.
1.5 minutes later, your
Slapping
feet are on the floor, do you know what I mean?
Are you training for any specific region?
No.
Anywhere or just any next race that comes you in?
Yeah, well I've had all the races. I've had so this season I've got the 3 half Ironman,
Right.
which is 70.3 miles. It's just split in half. But obviously with the COVID, it's been cancelled. And to be fair, it's kind of been tough to stay focused, keep going. Do you know what I mean? And I know you've got the long-term goals. You've got to keep thinking about long-term goals and stuff like that. But he's with no imminent races. It was just like.
It's like trying to tell a kid wait till Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah.
Long-term gains.
Yeah. You just yeah. So it's tough.
The amount of time you've got to train is a long time, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you've got
All
to
the
keep
time,
training.
yeah. I've been getting coached now for probably since November, just before Christmas, and then some of the weeks like up to 15-hour weeks, and they can go up more. Do you know what I mean? But obviously with working and that as well, it's tough, man. Sometimes you really can't be bothered training. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like I should have been. I've not trained yesterday or Monday this week because I've just not been able to. Been out the house at 6 in the morning, getting in at 9 at night. There's no way.
Does it wind you up?
When you don't train, it kills you.
Yeah.
Does it kills you? You feel bad. I was out on Saturday night having a drink, and because I didn't train on the weekend because I was out on Saturday and I'm rough to Sunday, you feel like, feels shocking, do you know what I mean?
Like guilty.
Yeah, I feel really bad. It's like, oh God, do you know what I mean? Like, why have I not done it? And you're looking at it, you start looking at your red, you've got your lights up red when you've not done it on your programme, you're like, looking at it,
yeah. That's one as well, isn't it? The natural high. There's always one when we're in the army and stuff, and they say, "Oh, civvies pay thousands for this, that old shit."
Yeah, it's a scratch your head thinking.
I just think, yeah, but it's not until you leave, you get out and you find your own thing
to do.
You enjoy. Yeah,
of course, yeah.
And then you go searching for it. So it's almost like it's like being addicted to something, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's if you find it as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's a long, it's a rocky road, isn't it, to find what
you want to do, yeah.
Something you're good at and that you believe in.
This just landed on my lap, do you know what I mean? It just landed on my lap through one of my friends. One of my mates from Drawsden, Remy, he did it. And when I got out now, he gave me a free pedal bike. Decent pedal bike. He seen me on the one I was on, he was like, yeah, can't have you on that. Do you know what I mean?
You're embarrassing.
So he gave me a pedal bike and I just got rolling from there on, do you know what I mean? He's introduced me to different people, which led to me getting coached, do you know what I mean? So
it's networking.
Yeah, it worked out for a treat.
And that's what he keeps saying, it's circles, isn't it?
Yeah.
That circle you want about.
You've got to change it.
Yeah,
you've got to change it, yeah.
Positive. So, rewind, tell us about Billy the Kid.
All the way. Well, obviously I was born. Don't remember much there. But pretty much, for the first 12 years of my life, pretty much perfect. Me, my sister, my older sister Louise, my mum, and my dad.
Where'd you grow up, mate?
A place called, well, I was born in Gorton and I moved to Openshaw on the border of RBA. So, it's kind of always in RBA and stuff, growing up and stuff. But kind of just a perfect life growing up. We used to always go away, me, mum and dad and sister down camping trips in Cornwall and stuff. Yeah. And everything was sweet. Everything was perfect. You couldn't have asked for a better life. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like people call
it
normal.
Yeah. Absolutely perfect. And then I think we went away for our first ever time on abroad. My dad took us away to an holiday in Corfu, over to Greece. That was nice.
Nice,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
It's a nice place.
And then that was all it was as a child. It was just normal things, school, normal family holidays. Do you know what I mean? Everything like that. Yeah. To be fair, everything was alright. I probably wouldn't even be the kind of kid who would have got in trouble at school at that point. It was strange, yeah. So once I'm 12 years old, I remember in primary school and stuff like that, people would be fighting and stuff. I used to be terrified of anything like that, even just a normal fight and stuff. It was just because I was just a normal, happy kid. Yeah. I never had anything, do you know what I mean?
Didn't want to get involved.
Yeah. Because everything was fine, do you know what I mean? I just total opposite, and then obviously, I was 12 years old then, I think it was in year 8. Kind of come home from school at that point. I remember come home from school on the bus, and one of my mates said, come for mine for tea. So he's only on the other side of the park, so I've gone over to his for tea. And then just a normal day, and then come home. I've walked in, someone knocked on the door called, one called Lorraine and Debbie, I think. 2 twins who knew my mum and dad. She's like, come on, you need to come home. So I'm like, what the fuck's this about? I'm thinking, I've not really done nothing to be like getting dragged home for, you know what I mean? So we've walked home and that, and I remember saying like, what's up and that? He's like, oh, nothing, it don't matter. She's sweet, don't worry about it. Not in those words, but like, so we're walking across the park and gone in the house, and then my mum and my sister all just sat there in the living room crying. So I was like, what's up? And he sat with a letter that my dad had left. And obviously my mum said, obviously my dad's dead, do you know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah. So I just walked over there, that was it. And then obviously, to be fair, I just didn't take it on. I just said I'm going out. I just turned around and just walked out the door.
Would you say that? Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Would you say that with denial, or that you weren't processing it then? What made you?
I thought he was literally talking less than a minute, and I would just turn around and walked out the house. Didn't want to know the letter.
Fight or flight.
Yeah.
It's like making it real, isn't it? It's not real.
Yeah.
If I ignore it, this ain't happening.
Yeah. And then literally by the time I got to the corner, one of my old dad's friends was walking around the corner. He's called Mike Hutchins, I remember him. And he's like, where are you going? Because obviously he knew he was on the way around to the house. I was like, oh, just go and go see my mates, do you know what I mean? And he's like, no, you come home, do you know what I mean? Don't be walking off. I was like, just leave me, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I went round to the shop, all my mates were at the shop. And I felt fine walking around the shop, but then as soon as I see my mates, then obviously my mates come over to me. And I just burst into tears, then, do you know what I mean? So...
Did you tell them?
Yeah. So I kind of just like everyone was hanging around with him and I behaved at that time, do you know what I mean? But then he's kind of blurred after that. I only remember that point. I don't remember if they walked me back round to the house or how long I stayed out for. I don't remember none of it then. That's kind of just it.
It's pure grief.
Yeah. I don't even remember how I ended up back in my mum's house or whatever, do you know what I mean?
Did you proper look up to him?
Yeah, of course he was perfect, dad, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he had his own problems and stuff. He grew up in Belfast, right, back in the 80s and stuff.
Yeah,
He was like, his family Protestant and stuff. He's had trouble in the past, like family members, something to do with a car bomb, I think, or something like that. And then my dad's sister's husband, my dad's sister's husband's dad was in the army and stuff. And then he was assassinated and things like that in front of some of my cousins. But then he started taking drugs, my dad. And this is the issue. He'd come over to England. He's met my mum and he's had everything he's ever dreamed of. He used to get beat up off my dad, off my granddad and all sorts, do you know what I mean?
Rough upbringing.
Yeah, my nana killed herself and he finally got everything he wanted. He worked hard for it, he's had his own business. Yeah. And then obviously he'd done that. But he started taking drugs and then he cheated on my mum. And my mum's found out, obviously, but you know what I mean? Once he started getting a good life together, he'd been mixing with the wrong people. Like, so I used to always think, oh, these are my dad's friends, and it's only now I'm at this point in my life where
you see it.
Yeah, I see they're not my dad's friends, you know what I mean?
It comes at a cost.
Happiness
to some extent comes at a cost.
Yeah.
We see things a lot different as a kid.
Yeah.
What you can absorb, what you can process.
Especially at 12. You start in your formative years as developing into a teenager and an adult. So at that age
it's just gone. And then so when he got found out cheating, obviously my mum left him and he was just all kinds. I remember he was just leading up to just before he killed himself. He was just I remember crying out the window the night my dad killed. I always blame my mum for this and it's not her fault because my dad was on the drugs and he was in the street. She left him. He paid for this picture years ago. He spent fortunes on this big oil painting and it was all after a war. And he was like all the soldiers marching at the end carrying a British flag at the end with the drummer, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he even smashed that up to bits. And then he loved that photo, he paid thousands for it. So then on the night the day he killed himself, I asked to go the day before he killed himself. I was asking my mum, because he was at the house kicking off, I wanted to go with him. Do you know what I mean? So, and then he was like, let me see my son and stuff. But obviously my mum was kind of protecting me because he wasn't in a good place. Yeah. And then for years after that, I was blaming my mum as well for not letting me go with him, do you know what I mean?
You don't understand it.
No, yeah.
You need something else, someone to blame.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And then it was 3 days after that, about 3 days after that, my uncle Teddy come through the door, my dad's brother, and then I was sat on the bottom of the steps, on the staircase, and then he's come through the door because he's come to see us all, and he's looked at me and he's walked back out. This is my dad's brother. And he's like, I can't look at him, and then he just walked back out, and then I flew to Northern Ireland the next day to stay with my auntie. And then I remember, got there that day, and then the next day, it was on the Friday, they went out for drinks, my dad's sister and her husband. And me and my cousin was laying in his bed. He was in a place called Tangier at the time. Yeah. And me and my cousin was laying in his bed. And then my auntie Eileen from Blackpool, my other dad's sisters, phoned my cousin in the middle of the night and woke him up. And obviously my cousin's woke me up, he's like, I've got something to tell you, you know what I mean? So I was like, what is it, you know what I mean? He's like, oh, Uncle Teddy's killed himself. So then, that was within 5 days.
Within a week?
Yeah.
Two brothers?
Yeah, my dad was 37 and Uncle Teddy was 33. Do you know what I mean? So it was just fucking...
Was that drugs involved as well?
He took an overdose of heroin, but my uncle said he was always into boxing and he was a fit lad, he never took the drugs and stuff.
Really?
So he knew it would kill him, do you know what I mean? He was just so...
Was this grief, do you think?
Yeah, he just couldn't cope with it, do you know what I mean? Even if my dad, years ago, they'd always fight with each other, be best mates, but he was just solid together, do you know what I mean? Yeah, so obviously within the 5 days, he was both dead, do you know what I mean? And then that was it, yeah.
So when you work that stuff as well, if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know if you're trying to numb the pain
or whatever,
slide over.
Direction, have you? You don't get a book, because I lost my brother last year, unexpectedly, probably the same as your dad and his brother. It's a big part of your life.
Yeah, he's gone.
You don't get a book saying, right, in the event of a death of your brother, this is what you should do, and you're like, you're like, fucking hell.
Yeah, of course.
aren't you?
Yeah, it's sad, and then obviously I remember my Aunt Linda coming home and then she was screaming in the back garden. That was one of the most painful things. Like, even though my dad and that was died, my Aunt Linda was in the back garden and then she was on the swings, and then she was trying, like, my uncle was trying to like pull her off the swings and stuff, like the swings like a kid swings with rope. Couldn't really see what she was doing, but I don't know whether she was trying to fucking do herself in with the strings. And I remember my uncle trying to take her off the fucking swings in the back garden. They was fighting in the back garden. My uncle was just trying to like get hold of her, do you know what I mean? Because she just lost her 2 brothers. It was like both her own brothers, and then it was just all downhill then, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is obviously because it's still vivid in
yeah.
the forefront. We touched on this quite a while ago. This is like a scarring on the brain.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like a typewriter has punched that image in.
And then it's gone then, yeah.
Nothing's
It's
the same, is it?
No,
Yeah.
and it stays there.
Yeah.
And you're like almost like you're on a time loop.
Yeah, of course it is, and then things just carry on. Now it's like, obviously, my mum started drinking then. She was just drinking bad, obviously. My mum's changed now, she's sound now, she's fantastic, she's there for my granddaughter and stuff, she's a fantastic grandmother, but for years, even it was us, she was drinking, and then she was drinking straight away, and I remember we were supposed to go abroad again with my dad like a couple of months later. She brought one of her friends, and then even then, I was in another country, things just started getting worse and worse. This is a couple of months after my dad died. Her mate's drinking with her, which means my mum's drinking more, there's one person to be around. And then her mates, once I was just kicking back, I was like, what are you doing, mum's supposed to be a family holiday? It was only 12, I can't really remember. I just remember a mate was ended up hitting me on the holiday and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, calling me a little hard face cunt and smacking me about and that. And then he was like,
What did your mum do?
nothing, she's too drunk, you know what I mean? She's this and this is all the other stuff you're going through. This is kind of the word, like, obviously then the abuse starts after it, do you know what I mean? And then my mum's drinking, she don't know what's going on. We get back off holiday and then there's all other things, just even going to school, you'd go to school and be a different person in school. Obviously the person that became in school, no one really ended up liking me then, do you know what I mean? Because didn't end up a nice person and stuff, but really I had nothing left, do you know what I mean?
Well, you're trying to...
Nothing left in my life, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it affects everyone differently, and you're carrying all that on your own shoulders at 12.
You don't know how
It's going to change. It's going to change.
And you don't know how to communicate it.
No, nothing.
Like you said, there's no book.
Yeah.
There's no what's up with you. Oh, this is what's up with me.
And then my mum just carried on drinking, and then this time they'd come home from school, and come home from school at about, get home from school at 4 o'clock after the bus and stuff. I'd be sat on the doorstep. I just till fucking whatever time at night, mum's just out drinking and stuff. And then that would just carry on for years then, do you know what I mean? And I think a couple of years later I ended up, she just got different boyfriends all the time, and she ended up with this one guy. I'm not start mentioning all names and stuff, but he's another big drinker and in the house, and I remember coming around on Boxing Day to try and see my mum and stuff, and then he's kicking off because I've turned up, and he's like, I'm going if he's there and stuff, and then my mum's made me leave the house. And then this is like, I'm only 13 years old then, do you know what I mean? But my mum, she's just drinking, do you know what I mean? She's just, all she's doing is drinking, that sort of
thing. Was she dependent?
Yeah. She admits it, do you know what I mean? You speak to her now, she fucking cries about it, do you know what I mean? She wasn't there, do you know what I mean? Yeah. So
it's another, no excuse, no whatever, but from other experiences, it's a coping mechanism. Really common. Common amongst our circles.
Still.
Most within the British Army, it's the number one medicine for a problem. For a celebration, for a problem.
Anything,
anything.
Time off. Get on it, don't you? We've all done it.
So then that's obviously all that to me, that you only tiny shit back now and you realise how much mental abuse you're under. That's all within the space of 1 year. Of my dad killing himself, do you know what I mean? And then I ended up, because then she won't let me back in the house because she was drinking all the time. I ended up to a point, I go into the house and I'm trying to fight with these men, and do you know what I mean? I'm on the stairs trying to drag men out of the house. Obviously I'm a 13-year-old kid, it's not working out very well for me, do you know what I mean? So then I've ended up sleeping on one of my dad's mates' sofas, but at the time supposed to be one of my dad's mates, but this is just another person who my dad was with at the time, taking drugs and wrecking the home life that my dad had built. And they weren't asked how my mum was feeling and how we was feeling, do you know what I mean? So then I ended up staying on his sofa this like a year later, and then that's when all the drugs started. He's like, oh, well, you're not going to go to school now, blah blah blah, you might as well learn how to do this. And this is at 13 years old, so then I started selling drugs. But then obviously going at 13 years old, started selling drugs and being around this stuff, when you're going through, yeah, but then when you're going through everything, you're going through this stuff, you take this stuff and you feel better, do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's when,
It's understandable.
yeah.
It's survival as well now. You've not kicked into, you've left living,
Yeah.
and now you're surviving.
Yeah. So,
As a kid.
Yeah, as a kid, and there was always one, and then I always go back to school, there was one, this English teacher called Miss O'Brien, she was fantastic, man. Like, she was just always there for me. I ended up getting through school just about and stuff, but she was always there, you know what I mean, trying to help me with work and everything. English teacher, she was fucking great. Like, and then I never read the letter off my dad, and it was her I ended up asking, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
just before, when I got to about 16, before I left school, I asked if she would read it to me, do you know what I mean? He didn't really explain a lot, to be honest. It was just a bit all over. I can't really remember it for word, because I've not really been back to it, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plus if he was under the influence when he's
Yeah,
written,
yeah,
that's,
definitely
it might
so.
not make sense.
Of course,
that,
yeah. And then kind of just made it through school, and then obviously and then I just hit the drugs straight after school. Whiz, cocaine, just taking. I was in this flat still, so the flat I ended up staying in with my dad's friend, he's ended up leaving that flat, and I've ended up taking the flat on. This is just while I was a young kid, so then you get to a point that I'd just be in that flat on my own taking drugs. I remember one point I was laying in bed and took that many drugs, I was speaking to someone on the other side of the door, telling them to open the door, that is open. And there was just nobody there, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then this was at like 17, 18 years old. And then at that point it was like, and at that point, I thought, you just on your own, secluded, do you know what I mean, for days on end. You're talking to a door with how much drugs you're on, and do you know what I mean, just to try and know everything, and then it's like, I need to do something like this, I'm going to go to the army.
Well, good. I'm going to say,
Where did that transition come from?
Yeah,
Where was your interest?
Yeah, I wrote down like what made you join, so we've got to that, you've covered that really well, but is it something that was in the back of your mind previously, or did you just think?
Army, because obviously to do with, like I told you about my dad's sister's husband,
Yeah.
Dave was in the army over in, Dave was in, is it the
UDR.
UDR, they was all in the UDR and stuff, and then my dad, he joined the Royal Artillery TA.
Alright, yeah.
So obviously, you know what I mean, when everything was good and that, my dad used to be, his proper mates were the lads from the TA.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? They were his proper mates,
Look after you,
and they're not the ones who he ended up with when he's ended up cheating on my mum, taking the drugs, and do you understand what I mean? So,
changed his circles.
Yeah. So, and then, so the Ironies kind of always knew about it, and I just thought, right, well, I can't, do you know what I mean? It gets to a point when you're fucking on your own in a place, such a dark place, do you know what I mean? It's just fucking, it's just bad. It's just really dark, you know what I mean? You've times where you've attempted suicide and stuff, but it's just, I don't know whether you would call it weak that you didn't go through it, do you know what I mean? Where you're just you're looking for attention in a flat on your own, trying to kill yourself while there's nobody there to give you the attention you want, do you know what I mean?
Well, it's in the family as well, because you've been around suicide,
Yeah.
It's going to cross your mind, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
If you're off your head, it's going to massively amplify.
That's what I was going to use. Any kind of emotion or thought process or whatever, especially if you're on amphetamine and all that, it's just going to keep going.
Not sleeping.
Yeah, but I always remember that point where I was telling someone, I don't even know who it was, I was telling them to open the door. I was like, come in, the door's open. And
You do mad shit when you're off your head.
yeah, it's like there's nobody there, you know what I mean? Yeah, do you know what I mean? So, and then that was it, then I joined the army, do you know what I mean?
Good.
So then I come away.
How old were you then, when you joined up?
For 19 I would have been. Yeah. So, and then they done me training and stuff, and then I'd literally come out of training, I think I had 2 weeks in Lid.
Yeah.
I had 4 days in Lid and then flew out to Afghanistan, do you know what I mean, with you guys. Yeah.
That's fucking...
So I didn't even do any of the training, I forgot. I remember when we got to Afghanistan and you do the packet, the RSOI, and I remember the first thing the guy said, everything you've been taught in England, forget it, because it'll get you killed. And I'm just like, are you fucking joking?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like any job though, isn't it? Forget what you learned on the induction, this is how we really do it.
Yeah. So, but he's obviously, all you guys had already been to Iraq and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's half the battle for you, on it. So it's not half the battle because it's a different place, but compared to Catrick. Yeah.
Bad things happen there.
Yeah, of course.
It was just a case of who.
Yeah.
When you got there, right?
Yeah.
Who's going to get it? Looking around at you, mate.
And you were, and then obviously first of all it was Taggy and Rocco, wasn't it? Yeah.
Just before we slide into that, sorry.
Yeah, no.
How was your journey of getting clean? Because obviously you thought this in your head, whether it be a drug-induced fucking this is what I'm going to do. How did you wake up the next morning and then stick up, and follow it up?
I didn't sort of. I remember my mate Clive, he dropped me off. My mate Clive, obviously, he's one of my mates been for years. Clive's from Dawesden. He dropped me off. He took me to the train station. He was like, "You really gonna go through this?" It took me ages. I had so much to think about. I had to get like reports and stuff done, like off because I've been arrested and things like that. I had to go to interviews and stuff, and like go through the process. And just having that thing of it going on was stopping me from doing it. Do you understand what I mean?
Give you some
yeah. And he's kind of just stopping me from doing it. To be fair, the worst drug problem I had was when I come back.
Yeah.
When I left the army, do you know what I mean? The drug problem when I started when I was young, as a teenager, it was kind of only just starting, and then at that point I went to trying to get to the army, do you know what I mean?
Would you say as well that was your first introduction to having like an addictive personality?
Yeah.
Whether it be Iron Man.
Yeah.
Whatever you're going to go on,
Yeah.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to see it through.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I've got to ask you, because you've joined up, you've done your bit, you've survived, and then you've come back and at what point did you make that decision to come back out?
Well, I was just, when I come back, I remember I was in Warcop. We went to Warcop and we'd been to Canada. We'd come back from Canada, I was in Warcop, and I just fucking, I don't know, it's like that switch happened again. I kind of turned into a person where every now and then something would switch, and I didn't give a fuck. And then it was the same in school after everything that happened, and I would turn really fucking just a shit guy. And I remember going, I was like, fuck this is fucking shit, you know what I mean? So then I've gone into my Sat Major. I remember I went and smoked some weed, got some weed smoked, went into my Sat Major and I was like, look, I'm on drugs, I want out.
Really?
Yeah. And he was like, what are you doing? Don't do it, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, a lot of lads do it,
Yeah,
you're not the only one.
In fact, I think that was the other way around. We went to Walcott before we went to Canada. Because I remember they drug tested me and stuff, and I remember halfway through Canada in a training exercise, they come and pulled me off and said, what the fuck's you doing?
Yeah.
You fucking failed the drug test. Do you know what I mean?
Fucking live around.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Well, they think as well.
They're trying to just fucking brush it under, you know what I mean?
The army in its well, what it used to be in its thought process, that everything is LSD. Everything has.
You think you're going to have some episode
Yeah.
and start fucking...
Yeah.
Shoot
Got
it
the fire
in.
Yeah, so that's what it was, but I done that just to get out then.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I just, because they said we was going back to Afghanistan.
Yeah,
And then I
got back, said you're going
So
again.
then I was like,
I was like, what the fuck?
I was thinking about this, and I was thought, I am not fucking going back out there. And I was like, how the fuck can I get out of this? So then, so then he was like, I just went in the office and said I was on drugs, so they would kick me out. There's no way that I was going back out there after everything we just come back from.
Well, look, people
So,
remain nameless, but we know lads until we're breaking their own legs and everything.
Yeah, well, he was one of the lads was in Canada. One of our mates, he snapped his own finger to just get off the field in Canada. Do you know what I mean? It's honestly, lad.
Yeah.
It goes on.
Yeah.
They just expect it from you, don't they? It's a job to do,
Yeah.
do it. What they don't take into consideration enough about people's mental well-being.
No.
I think these guys have just been for a fucking really
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
tour.
And
And they've barely got off the fucking plane in UK and you're telling them they're going back.
yeah.
That's just going to send them off the wall, isn't it?
Well, at that point, that was it for me. There's no way I was fucking going back. I joined the army to try and get out of the situation I was in, and then in Afghanistan, obviously, as you know yourself, you do it just ended up worse. You know what I mean? It was fucking, it was mad.
My dad asked me that not so long ago. It was only about a couple of months ago. And he said, "Oh, are you missing the things that you miss?" I said, "I got more bother."
In the army,
I said, "What, invading other people's countries? That's a bit much, isn't it, Dad?" That's a bit harsh, isn't it?
Yeah, you're part of it, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? So
Well, at the time you don't think about that.
No.
I just thought, I'm just more interested in staying alive and
Yeah.
looking after my pals.
Yeah.
To think about the bigger politics and all that
Yeah.
shit.
But so you even know what's going on in the world today, and especially today being remembering the Somme. You know, just over 19,000 people died in one day. It's nuts. Yeah, the point I'm putting across. Yeah, with them, they were called the pals because they were just mates who all went together. Yeah.
Yeah.
You used to get like streets and say, right, come on lads, you're going. And they're all like, right,
Come on, let's go, yeah.
It's not like the Avengers where you've all come together and, hey, we're going to save the world.
Nice fancy suits.
Yeah, but there's no, what I'm trying to get at, there's no, you said the same, I said Rick,
Yeah.
everyone has said the same message. there was no great patriotic duty.
No, it's just...
You didn't turn up at the careers office covered in a flag going,
No.
I love the Queen.
yeah, let's go, or yeah, I agree with this government at the time, this manifesto under your arm, let's go!
No, it's not like that, yeah.
Completely different, so this is why it gets me upset when things
Yeah.
get trashed and...
Of course,
Yeah,
Because
people have died.
the normal people.
Yeah. It's like, obviously, if I would have died in Afghanistan, I would have died in Afghanistan to escape my mental health in England. Do you know what I mean? So, to be fair, the army should have took me on. Do you understand what I mean? And that's what you've got to think about. If I never come home, I'd have been a 21-year-old lad who never made it back because he tried to escape mental health.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, wow.
So,
when you joined up, when you went into careers office, did this give you options? Because like we also just said, towards paras or infantry.
well, I wanted to drive for some reason. I don't know. I had to drive, or just I don't know what it was. Someone mentioned logistics to me. I think it was one of my cousins in Northern Ireland. Like, get your licences, go logistics, and then he was like, "Oh, why don't you?" He just swerved me away from it. They just boomeranged me right away from.
What was it? Can you remember where in careers office? Was it like?
No, I can't remember. He was in Manchester Careers office. I can't remember the name of him or anything like that.
Well, they do have quarters.
Yeah.
Like anything.
Yeah.
Whoever walks through that door, we need to fill.
Yeah, because it was proper boomerang round.
The main reason I was asking is because if they knew they were going on tour and you never fully manned to go on a tour because you've got your sickies and your air party and all that, so they have TA attachments and stuff. So manning is a big key area when you're deploying. So if they knew that one Lancs were going on that tour, then that's probably why
You got boomeranged into that.
Get him in here.
Yeah. Obviously, to them it's just another lad off the estate. They're not no story, do you know what I mean? But obviously, within all the files and paperwork, they knew everything that was going on at home. They should have never let me in. Do you know what I mean? Looking at it now, looking at it now, they should have never let me in. Do you know what I mean?
And that's where the machine comes into play, isn't it?
Yeah.
We were in there that look after each other. There's no like big brother. Holy duty.
Yeah, no,
Tally
ho!
No, each other's back, don't you?
That's it then.
Whose platoon were you in? Because you're Anzio, weren't you?
Yeah, so I was in Ruffers platoon and Martin O'Neill's.
Three?
Pete Kaka was my full screen. Big Pete was my full screen. But Pete was sound, man. Pete was sound, he was fucking great, you know what I mean? He kind of knew I was fresh and that as well, and he was fucking sound, mate. Couldn't have asked for any more better, really, to be honest, you know what I mean?
A lot of time.
So good. I said, look, obviously, massively biased. But I've worked for other people from other infantry regiments that weren't as close as what we were.
No, it was obvious.
But even the Anzio company was just the ultimate company, really, you know what I mean?
Very close.
I'm biased tonight, weren't
I just know what I mean. Maybe everyone would have felt that way about their own. Like what I'm saying now, you would have felt that way about yours, you know what I mean? So
it's loyalty, isn't it?
Of course,
Right.
So and then he was just that was it really. Obviously Afghanistan was still. I remember I asked you the other day, like, is it like this bloodiest tour recorded still? Yeah. Obviously he was a lot after that, wasn't he then? But at that point it was, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Summer tour as well,
when
the kids come out to play.
And that's the thing people forget. They think it's over 12 months.
No,
It's not. It's over the 7 months that it was the worst.
They harvest the crop, all the opium, and then once they've sold it with the funds, that's when they get all the kit. That's when But
then it's just everything's mad, because I remember when everything just got a knock-on effect out there. You can't do nothing without something bad happening. Do you understand what I mean? I got a detainee soldier, and then I had to take him to Shawcat, I think, to go Camp Bastion with him. And it was Jordan Bancroft who had to take me there. And then with Jordan coming back to the village, he's just got out the Mastiff, and then obviously he said, like, well, he's got sent out to do the cordon because the villagers were kicking off because the guy got arrested, and then he ended up dead. So he's just no effect. Everything out there is just
a negative.
There's just nothing from there. Do you know what I mean? It's
very
enough
high pressure.
It's just a big
claustrophobic.
You just want to come home. Do you know what I mean? You do. You just want to come home.
Just be safe.
It's almost like these last couple of months as well. You can never tell people what it's like or that thought process, but being locked in your own house when people have been dreaming of Mackey's opening.
Yeah.
And I imagine just being in the middle of fucking
So,
nowhere. Pissing in a bottle, shitting in a bag, doing whatever, and then the only conversation you can have with your mate is, what kind of pizza are you gonna have? Well, you're gonna go, what TV are you gonna watch?
Chris Butty's I wanted. with a piece of Warburton's bread, Chris Butty's, mate, because I could get the Chris Butty, I just couldn't get the Warby's bread, so it's just the way it was, but
I think parcels used to really keep me on top, I think.
morale
wise.
Definitely,
Smell them and because you smell them
great, weren't they?
When you're asking, what do you want me to send you? A bog roll?
Yeah.
Really? You want me to? Yeah.
It was.
Some soft fucking bog roll.
My mum sent me some Haribo once. This one, tell it to this, and obviously because it was that hot, when it got there, it was just one big blob of jelly.
One big Haribo.
Just
melted, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. And you could all people would say. I remember, the best was. I asked my mum. I love Skittles and all the sweets. So I've asked my mum. I said, my mum said, "Oh, my gran's asking what do you want." So at this time, we're kind of making friends a little bit with my mum. She kind of stopped drinking and stuff. So I said, I'll tell my gran, I have a packet of Skittles. So she's gone out and bought a plastic packet of bowls, you know, with their pins. So one of them bought, and I've got plastic fucking Skittles set, you know what I mean? I was waiting for a bag of sweets.
Where's she from? That's a bit weird. Why's he on them?
I always remember that. It's fucking probably the only thing that ever cheered me up out there, do you know what I mean?
That's class.
So,
did you start your relationship back up with your mum when you were serving?
Kind of. When I was away in Afghanistan, she was writing letters to me and stuff. But this is, so that then would have been like 8 years on, do you know what I mean? When she would have kind of just started sorting herself out and things like that.
Yeah.
What she is doing though, which is...
Of course,
Did you, she tell you she was proud of you? For what you were doing and the choices you'd made?
Nah, probably not. We're still quite distant, to be honest. She says it a lot now. She says it a lot now, but then this is like 22 years kind of in front.
Well, she knew you though. She might have known that you went in for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. She was good. She was just vacant, my mum, at that point in my life. She was just vacant completely. So she do you know what I mean? She was with when I was away in Afghanistan. Though she was obviously. People have said how bad she was and how like she was when she knew I was out there, but I don't know. And then the kind of times where we'd fall out and stuff, and it's like she'd try and have bits of inputs in your life, and I'd be like, you can fuck off. Do you know what I mean? Like you can fuck right off. Do you know what I mean? Which is it's kind of understandable, really. I spoke to her before. I went and seen her before. I said I'm going to do this because I said obviously I want to be honest about obviously the way you was, and she's like, no, you have to be. You know what I mean? Which is kind of another stepping stone for her, do you know what I mean, in the right direction. Because obviously she's going to watch this herself, and obviously she knows when her mate would hit me on the holiday and stuff, and she knows I'd be sat outside on the doorstep coming home from school waiting to get in, and she knows what I mean, it upsets her, do you know what I mean.
It's good that you've been through that, where you are now, you're rekindling.
You're talking about it. This is why I do it, because it helps.
Of course it has. I never would have been able to, do you know what I mean? I never would have been able to. So I think for the first time I did a run last week, and for the first time I think my dad's been dead since 2001, what is it, 2019 years. Last week I think my dad's been dead. Yeah, and I think I only just went to the gravestone the other day in 19 years and was like, I'm happy to be there, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at now.
But that's not a sign of weakness, that's just, the timing is right.
The
timing is right. I've never, and I'll say this now, you know, because you've opened a fucking lot, Billy. I've never been to Jordan Bancroft's gravestone.
You will,
That's too real. Still.
Because he's still gone,
do you get what I mean? No, he's still that happy, smiley guy to be admired.
And it was strange to me because with Jordan, because Jordan was taking me up to the obviously shortcut to get the helicopter. Obviously with the companies soon being separate, we never really got a chance to see each other. And then he was telling me at the time, and he was just telling me, he was just chatting about what he was doing to get home and spend the October bonus on, and it was quite surreal. So it's kind of, I ended up in Camp Bastion with a detainee soldier that he took me to take there, and then obviously when he's died and his body's come to Camp Bastion, I remember being on the flight line while he took his coffin on the plane, and I was thinking, this is shit, because the only person who was there, who was part of his like battalion, was me, and I'm not even his best mate. Do you understand what I mean? It's all these people there, it's quite ironic. He gave me a lift with the detainee soldier to get to Camp Bastion, and I was the only person there to, and then, do you know what I mean? It felt sad to me, because he just felt like there was so many people out on the front line who could have been there instead of me. Do you know, because obviously the way, how close they was to him, do you know what I mean? It's like, you don't understand all the little things that play on your fucking mind constantly. To me, that was a fucking killer, do you know what I mean?
And again, if you have the overactive mind anyway.
And it was like, it did me fucking head.
Where you've just said, I ain't going through all that again. Everything you just said about, you know, seeing Jordan off. And all the rest of it. It's just, and again, the naivety of what you're going into when you've never been. Because even Bez went through this as well, and like the first time in Iraq when I was tugging on his sleeve going, what are we doing? No, nobody knows, let's just roll with it. And that's where it got for me. I was the same as you when they said, oh yeah, we're going to go and start doing all this kind of stuff again. And I went, no, we weren't ready for that. We're not ready for this. 100%. I didn't have the balls to break my own legs or anything like that. Or do anything. I just
thought, lads chucking batteries on the feet.
He was, not to go back.
Some lads, they get out because they know they're never going to reach that high again. They think nothing they ever do in life will be as good as that.
But then it's obviously, you get out and then you're struggling, so then obviously I then get out, I ended up getting PTSD from when I was 12. Not everyone, I mean, this is, everyone's like, oh, he's got PTSD, or he's not been the same when he's come back from Afghanistan. It's like, well, no, he's not been the same when he's come back from Afghanistan, but that's just because of everything piled on top of each other, you know what I mean?
Look, I get on this because it's a label. You know what I mean? Oh, you wear PTSD, you wear this, but it's, you know, what it actually is, post-traumatic stress. It's post-traumatic, something stressful has happened in your life. And this is the way that your brain and your body is fucking reacting to it.
And then it's like, people think that, like, I was from the army, it's like the most traumatic time you ever went through, like I ever went through, was in the army, and it's like, well, not really, you know what I mean? I was kind of a man then, not a man, but when you're going through all that, like, mental abuse and obviously physical abuse of some of your own friends and stuff, like 12 years of age, within a couple of months of your dad and your uncle killing themselves, to me it's a lot more, to me that was a lot more intense.
So you've carried this,
so
So
emotionally, because you get trained in the army to deal with and cope with situations like that. So if you get shot at, you identify it, you shoot back and all that, but when you're getting slapped around off one of your mum's mates, or you've got news about your dad and your uncle, emotionally, you don't get to hold that.
I just meant to go to school and just meant to carry on studying and be a 12-year-old, you know what I mean? And he got to a point, he's just hard work, mate. He's in school, you knew nobody liked you in school because of the way you was, and then you would just start being even more of a dick. But really, you had nothing left in your life.
Everything was done. He's a bad lad. You fit that mould.
I like that. It's almost so sad, do you know what I mean?
What can you do to me here in this school by not liking me or thinking I'm like this that's going to hurt me any more than what I'm already hurting? You know what I mean?
You don't give a fuck.
No,
you got detention.
So what?
I'm sleeping on the couch tonight.
And there'll be teachers who'll be like, oh, he's a fucking dickhead, and it's like, you should have really been looking at, well, fucking hell, I've seen what this fucking lad's gone through, you know what I mean?
That's fucking
But that Miss O'Brien was fucking great for it as well. A few of the other teachers was, but she obviously sticks out in my mind more than everyone else, you know what I mean? But then obviously...
Acts of kindness.
Of course.
It's simple acts of kindness and selflessness.
So then when you get back from after, obviously going back to when you come back from Afghanistan, and the drugs and stuff, it just fucking got really bad. Do you know what I mean?
What made you... Because obviously you're clean when you're serving, and you mentioned about the weed and that, but when you're out now, what thought process brought you to, I'm going to take it a bit further now Do it more.
It's not a thought process, so to speak. It's kind of just what you. It's just. It's hard to explain. It's just what I did. It's just what I wanted to do.
So, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. I didn't give a fuck. Yeah. And then obviously with the PTSD, what I found, one of the biggest problems with PTSD is adrenaline. The biggest issue that PTSD carries is adrenaline. So that was my adrenaline, was all the drugs. Right. I mean, and then there was, I remember I was driving down to Glastonbury, I was taking fucking drugs. I crashed my car, I hit the barrier, spun round, hit the barrier on the hard shoulder, hit the barrier again in the centre console, and fucking got out of the car, got back to Manchester somehow, this was in Warrington, got more drugs, tipped another car, drove down to fucking Glastonbury still just fucking taking drugs. Honestly, this is fucking how bad I was. Got pinched with loads of drugs in Glastonbury. Ended up fucking locked up in Bristol. Ended up doing this term in Bristol and stuff. And then I got back out. Ended up getting out of Bristol, Nick, after a while. Yeah, and then just straight back on the drugs. But he's at a point, I pushed my mum away. I was with Louise at the time. She was pregnant. She was out here pregnant. Got to a point. She was out here pregnant, and I was still taking drugs. I'd have cocaine all over the side. And it got to a point. We used to live in a house not far in Dresden, and she was in the house 5 days a week on her own. And I would just be out taking drugs. There was points where I would be smoking crack with people I don't know. And my pregnant girlfriend's at home, and it's like I'm pushing everybody away who loves me to be with someone I've just met for the first time tonight to smoke crack with them.
So it's like a cycle repeating.
Yeah. And then you wake up and you feel so bad, and you just want to sniff the cocaine again, or you end up sniffing for days, and then you obviously having to go on a pipe with somebody. You know what I mean? And things just go bad.
Fucking hell.
So, and then
how was you earning at this stage? By selling?
By selling. So then obviously I got into selling Class A's, but then the Class A's I would split and bounce up, like, right, there's enough for the money to pay for that, and then there's mine.
Yeah. And
then that's everything I sold.
And then justifying in your brain, I can take this because I've sold that's paid for.
Yeah. And you can just smack it out and then just carry on taking drugs.
And it's not a black and white affair where people are saying, oh, but that's illegal.
No,
it just is.
Yeah. They're everywhere, aren't they?
Yeah, everywhere. It doesn't matter, you know what I mean? It's just, I was so bad to her, and then I got pinched, and I was going to see one of my friends in Liverpool, and I had a load of drugs in the car, and I was off my head on drugs. And I got pulled over in Liverpool, they found the drugs, and then I got bail, come away from the police station, come home, and I went on a run to Ireland then. Just went over to Belfast, left Louise at home pregnant in a house. She's ended up having to go back to her mum's because I'm just fucking vacant. I'm just in Belfast taking fucking drugs, or constantly taking drugs over there. Now with even people I've even more don't even know, just people in the middle of Belfast staying at my uncle's house and stuff.
It's escaping.
Yeah, every time. But then I'd be on the phone to Louise, giving her shit. Because I'm like, I want you out here, come to Belfast, you can have the baby over here. Why is she going to do that? Do you know what I mean? And then, how's she going to do that? Do you know? Why is she going to come to Belfast? That is it. But I'm giving her pure abuse. Do you know what I mean? And I'm giving her, like, getting on her case, kind of mental abuse. Myself, I'm feeding to her what I've kind of been through. And it just got to a point, like, what the fuck am I doing? Do you know what I mean? So then I'm stuff. I come back on the boat to face it. I remember I was on the boat and then I was having drugs the night before. I was having drugs all the way through. I remember being sat on the boat and I was just burst out crying. And then obviously this woman sat next to me, she come over to sit next to me, she's like, what's up with you? I was just going through everything with her, do you know what I mean? And then obviously...
just a random?
Yeah, just a random person. And I was just going through everything with her on the boat back from Belfast. The way it made Louise feel, and it's just... Yeah.
Was it your decision? There was no catalyst, there was no one person in Ireland saying,
no.
You need to fucking go back home.
My uncle whose house was saying that he just drinks, and do you know what I mean? He doesn't drink no more either. He's just mad.
It's almost like, as well, what you're saying though, you're feeding this addictive personality, you got this escapism, but there was something, and there is still now, in you, that's ticking, saying, no, sort your shit out.
Yeah.
You have got the concentrated power of will to sort this.
So to speak, yeah. And then he's just like having me stopping and stuff, and it's just something. I feel like I've gone into a lot of reviews. I'm just trying to remember more stuff because it's hard because things are so dark, and my drugs were my blockers.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? My drugs were just my blockers.
Yeah, don't they? That's
of course.
That's why people like them, because
it's
escapism, and they mask the problem that needs dealing with, whether it's gambling, drinking,
whatever
drugs.
It is.
They're just masking what you need to sit down and fucking talk about.
Of course. And then obviously this only come to play with going to jail then. I'd been in jail. And
How long did you get?
I got a 5-year sentence in jail. And then obviously I had to do half. And then I was in jail. And then
what was your sentence? Possession with intent?
I intended to supply Class A drugs, but because I got locked up in Bristol down south, this was the second time.
Right.
Obviously there was weed on the charge and stuff, there was Class B's on the charge, got nicked with like some good few Aussies of weed as well as a few Aussies of the... I actually got pinched with heroin at the time. That's what I mean, like I've never sold heroin, and then I'm on a charge for selling heroin. It's like, I can't even tell you why I've even started selling heroin, but I don't even fucking know, do you know what I mean?
Which nick did you go?
I ended up going to Liverpool first, in Walton first, then to Risley, and then up to Kirkham, obviously getting out. Yeah. But it was only in Risley where I started getting a psychological report and like not going through emotions, sorting everything out. And it was at that point the psychologist, and then the psychologist was like, "This is not because of the army, do you know what I mean?" She's like, "This is because of your childhood." She's like, "You should have never gone away with the army, do you know what I mean?" And at that point, and she's pointing the different things out. She's pointing things out like the child exploitation with some of my dad's mates. You were 13-year-old kid, he's showing you how to sell drugs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Physical abuse off your mum's friends, do you understand what I mean? Mental abuse off your mother sat on the doorstep. Not get, you know what I mean? Or after school till it's night time. And
just you become, because like you've said up to now, it's just foggy, it's madness, it's this. Did she give you like a channel of maybe this is why your identity is the way it is?
And then you start, and then from there, and then she told me about the adrenaline with the PTSD, and then you figure out that's why they fucking take the drugs. Feed that adrenaline to do with the post-traumatic stress I've got from my childhood growing up. Do you understand what I mean? He starts, and then once he starts coming into place, like that's mental abuse, that's physical abuse, that's fucking child exploitation. It's only now as a 30-year-old man you think that is child exploitation. To me, then growing up on the estate, you're just selling drugs for someone.
Until
that's what you're doing, you know what I mean?
Until you've been sat down and told, this is what you've been through.
Yeah, that's what it is, yeah. And they're bad labels to be under as such under the age of 15 years of age.
And when you can't deny it, because it has happened.
Yeah, then you've got to accept it.
Yeah. And that's when you start getting better then.
That's what it was, and then getting out of prison, and obviously my daughter was born. I never got to see her for obviously the 2 years.
So she was born while you were in?
Yeah, and then she obviously, you had to search babies, and I'm thinking I wouldn't hand my baby over to someone in Tesco who searched her, because she's a stranger. So the officer who's going to search my baby when she comes in is a stranger. I know she's only a baby, or she might have been one tip, but she's going to be in somebody's hands looking at her and thinking, who are you?
Yeah.
And you're taking your clothes off. She might not be able to say it, but a baby knows when she's in a stranger's arms. And I'm not going to do that to her.
And it's that feeling that I'm your dad and I've put you in this
position. So I'm not, and then after putting Louise in all the positions and putting her in the way I treated her, I was never going to do that to my daughter. So I just did my jail on my own, do you know what I mean? Like, obviously I visited off Louise and stuff, but in terms of seeing my daughter, I wasn't ready to see her. And then I got out of jail, and then I've gone to obviously try and make a relationship with my daughter, Maya, who's now over 2 years of age. And she was scared of me, not scared of me, but like she don't know me, and then so much for your daughter to not know who you are, and for everything you've done, and it's just at that point, no.
Well, mine's do you think that's a catalyst of change?
Yeah, a major part of it, on top of obviously like we just touched on there, understanding what it was actually what from the psychologists was kind of fucking hell.
Good.
Yeah.
Good what they do.
Yeah.
But seeing that little person in front of you.
Yeah.
I'm your dad.
And that's what I push for now. Do you understand what I mean? That's what I push for now, getting coached now. My coach is fantastic. She's called Karen Driver. She's a former world record holder for swimming. She used to swim for which is fantastic, but she's caring. She knows she probably when she watches this she'll see more, but she knows I've had problems, she knows I've had drugs, and she's there. Do you understand what I ask her to train around the world? she'll change it round for me. And sometimes, like, she knows, like, I spoke to her before on the phone, and she's only been in my life since November last year, and these times, like, fucking, I'll tell her it's doing me head in this, and she's like, do you want me to phone you? So like, yeah, she's like, right, I'll phone you tonight, and we sat and had a conversation. She'll make you feel better.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean at the same
Mentor,
time?
yeah.
Yeah,
Mentor,
she's fucking great. And then I've got another lad around me called Danny Lanigan. And then Danny Lanigan, he's fantastic. These are all people I've met originally through Rema. My mate who gave me the pedal bike. And then it's these circles now that they help me, they push me, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They push me to try and move forward, do you know what I mean? I could never be where I was at now if it weren't for having these as well as me missus. I don't know why she's still with me, to be honest, but
She's a good lad.
she is, do you know what I mean?
Deep down, obviously I'm biased because I know you.
Yeah.
We've all got, none of us are perfect, and
Yeah.
we've all fucked up at some point. But when
I'm good at it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
when you mention then about not seeing your daughter, it's not the same, but it's similar. I had to fight for 2.5 years with my ex to see my daughter.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
seeing her now, but over that whole 2 years, would you say, because a lot of things went through my mind, like guilt, what does she look like, what does she act like, what does she like, not like, and all that. All them things go through your mind, don't they? But when I first went to see my daughter, it was quite overwhelming, I'd say.
Yeah.
Because you're nervous.
Of course, yeah, so it got to a point when I got to Kirkham, with it being an open jail, they don't search for babies.
Okay.
So I remember I got to see her for the first time, and you're just trying not to cry on a visit.
Yeah.
Because you are still in jail, and you know what I mean, you don't really want to give everything away to these strangers there, do you know what I mean? It's not so bad in Kirkham, but it was just really hard, and it was all my own fault. Like, so for the 2 years I was away, and then just under, because obviously by the time I got to Kirkham it would have been under 2 years, you know what I mean?
It's a long time.
I only know my daughter, I know my daughter through pictures.
Yeah.
That's it, do you know what I mean? And it's just very, very emotional when you first meet her, you know what I mean? Yeah, and then what makes it worse, you're emotional because you're dead happy to see her, and then she don't want to see you. Because she don't know you.
Because they just got to mum, don't they?
Yeah, so then it just, so then the whole week of building up for this whole visit where I'm at, in a split second just gets turned around to the whole story what I've just sat and told you about, because she's like that because of all this.
Yeah. It's a ground out.
So you're going up there, you're going in the visiting room and that, and you've been building up this visit weeks before, and then you just snap and just smash straight back down into the floor, do you know what I mean? Because of what you've done.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So.
Well, at least you've fronted it up.
Yeah.
You've come face to face.
Yeah.
What's that? Everything that's happened. But now, obviously, you're making massive progress.
Definitely. So now I'm working with mental health charities. There's one in Tameside called the Anti-Sedum Fund that was made of a woman and a man whose son killed himself. So they're trying to introduce sports and stuff to mental health and stuff. Like in a lot of hospitals, the Tameside Hospital, a lot of other hospitals now, they give them medication, they give them rooms, they don't take them for a run.
No.
They don't take them on a bike ride.
Yeah, is this mental fix?
Yeah, but no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I've had the tablets, I've had the drugs, I've been in jail, I've had metazapines. They don't work. Do you understand what I mean?
It's outlets, isn't it?
Yeah.
Massive one. Look, we're in our lives. Gardening.
Oh yeah.
Drawing.
Right, okay.
If you can't, if you can't
you like.
You know what I mean? You've got man boobs like me and everything, you can't do
You
Iron
can
Man.
get rid of them. There's no excuse there.
No, listen, look, I go out and do what I can do, but that's, and we've said it in the past, I might go out and do 10k and that's enough for me.
Yeah.
You know, but there's other outlets. What I'm trying to say
you can channel it through, Yeah, so we're trying to, so we're doing this book with Manchester Uni as well now, because when I was in Risley I did the criminology course and got a 2-1. With this learning together programme thing, where the students come in, so then it's the professors from Manchester Uni who did that course with. It's madness. But then, God, it's good job I mentioned that. We got out, so listen, this is another mad situation. So we've got out of jail, they've done a programme with these learning together and these university students. We've gone to London. There's a 5th year of learning together programme. They want the prisoners there, which was myself and some of the university students, so this other girl, Hannah, and then this Dr. Rolls and Dr. Emily from Manchester Uni, we all got the train down. So we've gone to this fishmonger's hall in London, which was when the guy started stabbing everyone in the room. So we was there, and so I was there in the room. Obviously, then everyone's screaming. I was just about. There was a guy from New York, a rapper from New York, who like does raps and poems and stuff for people trying to get people out of jail.
Yeah.
And we did a like activity in a room. He said, "Will you go on stage?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll go on next." So not to tell everyone what we'd done in the other room. Just as about to get on stage, everyone started screaming outside the doors. So everyone started screaming outside the doors, like, "What the fuck's going on?" Do you know what I mean? And then some girl walked in. She's been stabbed in her arm. And I was like, "Can anybody help? Can anybody help?" And obviously we've been in Afghanistan, so it's like, "Yeah, of course." So I've gone to get up to run out the door to help, and the doctor's grabbed me. She's like, "Please don't leave me," because that they was terrified. So then I was kind of in a situation where it's like, do I go and help them, or do I look after these? Do you understand what I mean? But then obviously that loyalty kicks in of where, well, I'm not with them. It's like that army thing where
you're in there, this woman's come in,
been stabbed in the arm and stuff, and then obviously you've got, who can help? So I've gone out to help, and then the people I was with, these obviously I was with 3 women. They was like, "No, look, stay with us." She's like, "Please don't leave me," you know what I mean? And you had to make that choice then to go out and help. Obviously the people who've been stabbed or the people I'm with. So I just thought, right, I'll just stay with the ones I'm with. So I'm like, "Right, get your stuff." So I thought, I'm just thinking, right, well, I'm not staying in here, because I don't know who's out there, I don't know what's, because she's coming, she's been stabbed, everyone's screaming. So it's like, "Come on, we'll go." So it's like, "Get your stuff." So then I kind of got them, and I've gone out the doors where everyone's, there's gone out the doors, the staircases on the right, the person's been stabbed down at the bottom of the stairs, because we come out of another room, and then the guy, I don't know if you remember the news, when the guy comes running out with a big tusk. Do you remember? He come out with that fucking big newel tusk. No. You see it on the news. So there's a big tusk on the wall, because it's an old fishmonger's halls of all the history. He's took this big tusk off the wall, and then he's running, he's just run right to, I swear to God, I think of it now, and I'm thinking, is this fucking for real? Do you know what I mean? So I've come out the double doors, she's been stabbed, everyone else has been stabbed on the bottom of the stairs. I'm trying to get these people to safety. I've seen the exit on the other side of the roof, like staircase. So like, as I'm walking, the guy's come running past. It looked like he was, you know, like a pole jump. Up with his big tusk.
like Jumanji.
So then he's fucking down. So then he's downstairs trying to get the guy with the tusk, and then I've just made sure I've grabbed 2 glass bottles, because I'm thinking, fuck knows how many of these guys are in here, because I don't know whether it's a terrorist attack or whatever. So I've got 2 glass bottles. So then managed to drag him out on the stairs down through the fire exit. Got him out into the street, and as we got out into the street on the bridge, then the guys on the floor, and the police have shot them. So then all of the girls I was with started screaming, so I'm like, "Come this way." Managed to drag him away, and in the end obviously got all back up to Manchester safely, do you know what I mean? But then that was just another mad scenario.
What a day.
Yeah.
Balotelli, isn't it? Why always me?
Yeah.
Stay up
Yeah, yeah, stay up north. Yeah.
Stay up north.
So it's
Yes,
kind of,
kids.
yeah. And then so I'm doing work with the university doctors and professors who was obviously down in London with. We've got a conference call tomorrow, we're starting a book. It's going to be like a book on criminology. We're going to try and use it in universities, and obviously go through drugs, taking drugs, committing crime, desisting from crimes. We're called desistance, where you come away from crime as a person. And it's just going to go into all the different aspects and statistics. Yeah, sorry, shut the doors.
Right. Well, what when you're doing, we'll move on to your Ironman stuff.
Yeah.
What motivates you to? Because obviously there's a lot of pain involved, isn't there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bodily. I'm going to take it not for granted, but I'm going to say your partner and your daughter are going to be key motivators, aren't they?
Yeah, they are key motivators, and at the same time, I've missed all that time with them, and at the same time, I'm now neglecting time with them as well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to work, I'm pushing for a better house. I finally got them into this nice house away from the estate I grew up, and working 50 hours a week, training anywhere between 10 to 15 hours a week, and I'm trying to slot them in as well. Louise gets annoyed with it and stuff, but then at the same time, these times I'll be there on my pedal bike, the little girl will get her pedal bike, and then she'll be on the bike next to me cycling, and it's like, so now that's when you see the inspiration that I am. Yeah. So then I've seen my dad take drugs and kill himself, I've seen my mum drink and have drunk and took drugs, and then, do you know what I mean, I've been through all the abuse in my family, and it's like, and I look at that and I think, this is what I've wanted.
Right.
Yeah.
But with every with every great success, there's an element of sacrifice.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
And then this is what I try and tell her all the time. You know what I mean? Just for this short space of time, while there is a lot going on, just bear with it. You know what I mean? With the book, I'm not going to be a professionally trained. I am an athlete, but my name's going to get bigger. People are going to see my story. Hopefully, get other people off drugs. Get other people with mental health. Get them to do triathlons. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
University students to read, to learn from the book that I'm writing. Do you understand what I mean?
Maybe a podcast.
Yeah. The podcast, yeah.
But
So
listen, if you
else,
think,
you know what I mean?
this is where we've got to be. Everyone's like, you even said it. Oh, who wants to hear my story? Well, we do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It
course.
is there. It's got to be
Listening,
there.
I think,
Yeah.
is bigger.
Yeah.
Well, where would you like it to go? What you're doing now?
To save others from going through the bad process of what I've been through. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah. To, like, obviously you can go for, like, in 5 years time, at the moment I've had a lot of races, but it's COVID, it's been up and down, the race has been cancelled, I've kind of took the foot off the gas, and I'll go out, like I went out this weekend, I missed 2 days training stuff, because I've kind of lost that short term goal. I've still got the long term goal, so I am keep pushing to get through it. But it has been a bit of a struggle over these past few months to see where I was at to where I'm at now. But then I'm still progressing, I'm still getting my achievement. And to I don't even know, to even race for my age group in a few years time, when I'm 35, 36, I've just got to keep pushing for the next few years to be racing for my age group or something. You never know, I'm going to push for that. And if I don't get that, so what? Who else is trying to get that? Do you know what I mean?
You've got to
try it. You've got to try it to fail. You've got to fail forward. And in failing forward, if I can save others, then that's the main goal, is to get others to get on a pedal bike, to swim, not even that, to run, whatever you want to do, you know what I mean?
We said it the other way, don't focus on what you've not done, because you ain't done it.
Yeah.
This is what I have done, and this is what I am doing. And one of the things you have done, you have got recognition. Tell us about your Citizens Award.
Oh yeah, so...
I mean, little small thing.
Oh yeah.
It's a big thing.
I got the Citizens Award, so I did the 12-hour bike ride, so I had an idea. I was like, I want to do something for the NHS, man, because obviously I was thinking, I know what it's like, being in a shit situation, trying to just knuckle down, and you just got everyone chatting shit about, you're in Afghanistan, you're trying to fight a war, everyone's chatting shit about it, all newspapers, conflicts of views, it's like, fuck off, do you know what I mean? And everyone's going on with all the conspiracy stories now, and this and that, and it's like, these poor staff in their hospitals, slaving away, and everyone's just on Facebook, giving opinions. It's like, what are you doing? So I was like, I want to do a bike ride, I want to cycle for 24 hours. Spoke to my coach and she's like, look, it's a bit, you've never done it before, 24 hours is a very long time, injuries, all sorts.
And that's the spark.
Yeah. So then I have the army mentality still, but then that's why my coach is good, because she's like, this is realistic and now you're being army. Do you know what I mean? So she's fantastic at that. Yeah. So she's great, she's like, do 12 hours. I was like, right, do the 12 hours. Done 224.936 miles in the 12 hours, only with toilet breaks. And then she would tell me, like, eat food on the bike, she was good. And like, my mate Daniel Lanigan, he was FaceTiming me and stuff like that, do you know what I mean? And then I got a message off a nurse from the hospital. She was like, look, with this bike ride you're doing, and obviously the newspapers and stuff, can you help us? We're struggling with water. I said, what do you mean? She's like, we can't give them glasses, we can't use jugs, we need bottled water, and we've not got any. So I was like, what? So I was like, put a post out there, joined a lot of Facebook groups, put it in the newspapers, as they're ended up helping us, and we've given them thousands and thousands
it's
of
one of them that
you
just think they've got what they need.
And they don't, you know what I mean? So on the back end of the bike ride, the nurse messaged me, and we've got thousands of bottles of water dropped off, which ended up getting the Citizens Award. And then someone messaged me on Facebook called Maria, and she said, I'm going to put you in for a high sheriff's award for everything I've done. So then she put me through to that, and I've got them in there. There's the Citizens Award behind me there, and I've got the High Sheriff's Award down on the right as well. So the High Sheriff's Award's off Greater Manchester, and then the Citizens Award's off Tameside.
Picture the nurse.
So that was a drawing that someone done for me, just so to go off it. So then that's like So then I've got, when everything blows over, I'll be going to the town hall probably for the High Sheriff's Award. And I'm going to be trying to do more work with the local MP with the Citizens Award, because I spoke to him. We want to push for going to schools, because it's like he said, he can stand there blue in the face, Andrew Glenn, and tell these kids what you know what I mean. It's no good this. He said, not listen to him. to never bring you along. You've been to jail, you've been to that. It's like, you tell them it's not right.
They need to be
they'll
more
know
PE
it's
in
not
school.
right. Yeah.
Push the PE.
Yeah. So
You get sacrificed a lot.
course.
In school, and the kids need exercise.
Definitely.
It's a lot like Tony Doyle said to us as well. He could stand there in front of them kids and go, I'm you.
Yeah.
I ain't the clipboard.
Yeah,
I'm not the suit and tie saying this is how you should do it. I've lived it. I am you.
Well, that's hopefully with the MP giving the Citizens Award. That's hopefully when, as this COVID thing passes more, start doing all things like that as well. Do you know what I mean?
But what a message, mate. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. I'm proud of myself, and sometimes I don't give myself enough credit. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've been out a couple of times at missed sessions, and you beat yourself up more than you give yourself credit. You think, like, listen, you don't tell yourself, listen, do you know what I mean? You're doing amazing regardless of where you end up, you know what I mean? So you need to give yourself, but then you just don't want to give it, because you know people are going through so much more. Do you know what I mean? So it's hard to.
It's very, very hard. It's how you look at it and how you deal with it. I think that there's a measure of you've obviously, and it's continuing to turn it into positive actions. Keeping clean, keeping busy, keeping healthy. Being a good dad.
So it's like it's not been easy. So even getting out of jail, I've had a couple of relapses and stuff. Like last year, you know what I mean, I've took drugs again. But then kind of when I've had the relapses the year before and I've took the drugs, it's been like he's kind of maybe needed me to take the drugs. So kind of maybe got a bit too confident. You took the drugs again and you fucking kicking yourself. What the fuck? You just done all this.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? And then you need it again. But and then from that relapse, that's another thing people have to understand. You have to have relapses to get stronger. You know what I mean?
Sometimes it might be a reminder of what's bad about it. Why you stop doing it.
To reach a point where you don't have it no more at all. Like I can go out now with Louise. We can go out and get drunk. We can have a great time. We can come home and that can be it. Do you know what I mean? So
it should be.
Yeah, it's enough for you.
Yeah. It's just as you get older now, when I should have been drinking when I'm 100, now younger, now I'm going out and having a drink. The hangover's longer, do you know what I mean?
I'm teetotal.
I'm not used to hangovers because it was just take drugs. If it felt bad, I'd just have another drug, you'd feel great. I'm not used to hangover now, mate, do you know what I mean?
Come down,
yeah. So,
rough dinking.
And then obviously that's just where I'm at now. So everything's.
Well, where.
Get the story out there now we use and
with the Ironman stuff, where could that lead potentially? Because I reckon maybe Olympics.
No, well, you see, because you've got the triathlons, obviously the Olympic distance triathlons, it's a lot shorter.
Is it?
Yeah, so it's 32 miles per race. They're people, the main competitors in that are mid-20s. Right. So with the Ironman being so long, the body's not really developed yet. It's kind of an older sport. Right. So like the main competitors in the Ironman are like mid-30s, like 30s, 32s and stuff. Like I'll be 32 next year, and that age group will just be so intense. And I'm not there yet. I'm so far away from it yet because I'm only just getting coached last season. And obviously, like this COVID thing set me back a bit, like the ups and downs. But even over the next 5 years, it's you're hopefully progressing each year. You can potentially race for Great Britain for your age group. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm trying to steer towards.
Maybe that's what I'm trying to steer towards. There's a lot of knuckling down and to get there. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of knuckling down to do. Yeah. And you're missing sessions and stuff. Like I need to take away. Sometimes I've gone out on a night out like I did this weekend, and you need to take that out of it. Once this COVID's gone and trying to build, that's what you want. You need to take that out. I mean, I've made a lot of sacrifices and I've done a lot of progression, but I'm still identifying other progressions I need to make before I get there. So what I mean. So.
Who you are and what your identity is as well. We do it down. Danny's got sleeveless off. You can see all over your arms.
Yeah, and tattoos and stuff. Yeah.
That's a bit of ink, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm not finished yet. Do you know what I mean? So.
But tell us about what's most prominent that everybody sees.
My butterfly.
Yeah.
It kind of represents my mental health journey and my drug journey, because obviously you go from being like kind of living a life where it's ugly. It's like caterpillar. Do you know what he say caterpillar's ugly, but some of them are not. Not me, but but it's going from that ugly life into something that's so amazing. Do you know what I mean? And you've got to give yourself time. Like a caterpillar, not a caterpillar for a week, it cocoons and it turns it, it's in a cocoon for a while, it comes out and it's got to learn to fly. You've got to give yourself time to get to where you're going, and then that's what the butterfly is for, do you know what I mean?
That's fantastic. That statement there, you have got to give yourself time.
You've got to give yourself time, yeah. Like, it's only been 18 months since I've been out of jail now, and I'm still identifying problems like, yeah, I'm doing great, but yeah, you're still going out on a Saturday.
Well,
You've got to have it, yeah, you're allowed, yeah, you are allowed, but then maybe don't get in a drunk where you're not training on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? If I want to potentially be racing for my age group, then I need to. You've got to be strict. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So you've got to, like you say, you've got to give yourself time. Do you know what I mean? You have to give yourself time.
Balance, I'd say, is a key word.
Definitely, but it is tough. So.
Mixed messages, but it is one of them, and it's also you're showing people it's leadership.
Yeah.
And another big thing that's happening in the country and the world, if you like, at the minute, there is an apparent lull in togetherness and leadership, because, like you said, kids are looking at these suits and ties, whether we say Boris and Trump and that, well, who are you? I don't know you.
It's like I work in the drainage industry, do you know what I mean? And it's like you've got the drainage, you've got nurses, you've got delivery drivers, you've got bus drivers, everybody that was classed as somebody who was low skilled are now the ones who saved the country going. And it's like, so you've got everyone going on about what Boris is saying, they've done this, they've fucked, so it's like, forget them. Look, we've done it. You know what I mean? The nurses have done it in the hospitals, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I just wanted to help them, you know what I mean?
It's instead of looking up, who are these here who are going to tell us what to do? You're in our community. Danny's in, I am, Rick is, Greg is, Tony is. That's why we're highlighting you, the community yourself. You're your own local hero. Look towards yourselves for leadership.
Well, it's like now getting this story out there again. Do you know what I mean? They're not talking about this. We're sat here talking about this, trying to get others to help and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So.
It's real life, isn't it?
Yeah.
People,
it's the experiences, isn't it, out there?
People they turn that box in their living room on them, they just believe what they're seeing, and it's usually negative.
And you need to not watch it.
Massively inaccurate.
It sells, doesn't it?
It's not happening, it's not
bad
like
news,
that.
what is it? Bad news sells, good news inspires.
We might have some t-shirts.
That's for Billy's fucking slogan.
We might get some of them back of them t-shirts. But we get to the point in the journey where you get to highlight
everything that's gone on.
Any shout outs who you think either this charity, these people?
Well, he's obviously on massive works now with a charity called Anti-Seddon, the Anti-Seddon Fund. They're a small charity in Tameside, but massively for people with mental health, suicide. You have 250 men come through the doors every week, just for groups and stuff. I'm going to be going down there meeting them. You even do food parcels to like single parents who are struggling, to help them with food parcels, anything else. You know what I mean? One of my friends, he's like, I want to do a run for the charity. He just done 5 mile Eamon Muldoon. He's called 5 mile every 5 hours for 75 hours, and then he raised about 2,600 quid for the charity. So he's done good. And then he's just. I just need to say thank you really to like my coach, Karen Driver, my friends, Rema, Daniel Lanigan, even Eamon and like my mate Eamon Muldoon now and stuff. And then obviously the biggest one is just my missus, is Louise. She'll be here, but she is, you know.
Count the blessings.
That's it, and obviously you guys yourselves, you know what I mean, for coming and obviously giving me a chance to get my story out there.
Well, more than we wanted you on, because I thought, I sort of seen what you're doing with the water and the triathlons, and I said, we both said, didn't we? And it was ironic that he knew you as well.
I know,
He said, how do you know him? I said, you're in Anzio.
And he's like, I work with him.
Just having a brew. That's mad, isn't it? You don't, and that's another one, Two lads in the same unit, didn't work with each other, but end up in the same fucking industry.
Exactly,
going on similar paths. Apart from, I can't wobble my tits as much as what I do. Not at all. Another thing me and Danny are massively into, we think music speaks words to people.
Definitely.
I mean, it can give a different
It can tell a story, can't it?
It most definitely can, and it can give you emotions like you just said. bad news, good news, or
Yeah.
whatever. But music can inspire you. And again, it's the people who
Can
are
do,
writing
yeah.
it, you know, sometimes they're putting their arts on the sleeve,
Yeah.
aren't they, and just saying that message as it is. So we thought it'd be poignant to pick a track
Okay.
of every podcast now.
Yeah.
And what we're going for is unsigned bands. So
Right,
bands
okay.
who are looking for just get the music out
Yeah.
there. They're not associated with a music label. And this week we've chosen a Manchester band
Okay.
called the Mercy Mile.
Right.
So lead singer is based in Urmston.
Mhm.
And the song called, and this just happened. The
Right,
song's
okay.
called Lie to You.
Right. Okay.
Nuts that, isn't it? It's,
Right.
we're going to put the link in the description.
Yeah.
It's going to go in there.
We'll give it a share.
And it's going to play us out now.
Yeah.
But this has been us, and who can? Oh,
Wait.
wait. Stop right now.
We need to check out.
We do.
Well, shout outs, yours.
I do indeed. Good job you reminded me of that one.
That's why it's in the book, lad. It's not.
It's not in the book, it doesn't happen.
Go on. Who are they? Have you got how many?
I've got one this week.
Yeah.
My one shout out is to it's delicatessen burgers, cakes, shops, waffles, everything like that. Scoff.
So you
Yeah,
want
link
to
in
have
the
a yeah?
description. It's Munchies in Earlham. Get yourselves there.
Mr. Boydell's.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah,
Boydell,
yeah,
Jay
yeah.
Boydell's little shop.
Yeah.
So get yourselves there, boys and girls. Absolutely fantastic scoff. That's my
Yeah.
shout out for this week.
I've got a couple. Holly's finished that 100 mile in June. She was raising money for a miscarriage charity.
Yeah.
Her and her mate, and they've smashed the target. And she finished it yesterday. So she's store.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's done it.
So,
And another one, because it's the anniversary of the Battle of Somme, innit?
yeah.
It's all the people who paid the ultimate sacrifice, and predominantly from our predecessing regiments. A lot of our lads from this
Yeah.
area went there
Yeah.
Yeah.
and never came back. Last one, Ben Me, because with a lot of shit is going on lately. Do you know who Ben Me is?
No.
Burnley player.
Burnley captain.
Yeah.
I'd have to be with you, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, but it's not because he's a
I'm only
footballer.
joking.
He's a good role model
Yeah.
for kids, and I'm big on kids looking at adults who are good
Yeah.
instead of shit
Yeah.
idiots.
Totally
he's,
agree.
he's really good.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of controversy with that banner flying over Etihad. And he made himself and the club a good representation of us, because not only Burnley people are like that, we're a small minority, but you just get tarnished with a brush, don't you? That
Yeah.
Burnley, the full town's full of racists.
Yeah, but it's not.
That's not the case.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's a really good lad. Do you see his, look at his
I've
header?
got a cup at him.
He scored an header. On, better than Aguero. He's a defender, right? Oh, I was like, wow, go on, lad.
I'll have to have a look at him.
Yeah, so that's me done.
Yeah.
Pain in my heart, it feels heavy. Couldn't even go steady. Spare your thoughts, I don't deserve it here. I've only got myself to blame. Drop a penny drop. Had every chance to say stop. I hate to lie to you. I hate to lie to you. I hate to lie. happiness into devastation.